I want to talk about two topics. The first one is desolation, and the second one is pain. The two things you never want to happen to you. Desolation is many, many things. It could be the sands of the Sahara. It could be third world poverty. It could be homelessness. It could be that downtime on your job where there's nothing to do. You can't walk out and honestly, you've finished everything. You're just waiting for a customer to come. But policy says you can't get on your cell phone, so it's a desolate moment. Desolation could also be being in a place that has a purpose and it cannot be used for that purpose, like a house flooded. You're still in it, but what's the point? Desolation could be Earth itself, a place where some people choose to be, not all, and so therefore we run into a brick wall. Desolation has many interpretations. But because desolation is most oftentimes the incapability to function, the abomination of desolation is danger. Danger is an abomination because just because you cannot use, it's like this. If a knife is not sharp enough to be used to cut food, it doesn't mean that you take the desolation of the knife and use it to murder someone because you could. That's an abomination. Just because something cannot be used for its purpose, it does not mean that it's useful to cause danger. If your mind automatically resorts to danger when there's desolation, it's just an abomination. Because desolation produces one thing. I want to die. I wish I never existed. I want to sleep. Why is this happening? That's what desolation should produce. For instance, if your lights went out and you looked out your window and it was pitch black dark all around you, that would be called desolation. You can't do anything. What should you want? Should you all of a sudden run out your house and start going, be careful, I have a knife, I have a gun. I mean, if you did that, that's an abomination. Because just because you can't live anymore, it doesn't mean you have to become danger. I mean, you could easily, go find some poison in your cabinet. You could poison yourself. You could shoot yourself in the head. You could take your life. If you feel like your life is in danger because of the natural disposition of Earth, you can take your life. You could go to sleep. Unfortunately, that would be dangerous because you might wake up in excruciating pain. But the idea of desolation is questions. That's the first state. You should ask a lot of questions. Why do I exist should be the first question. For the first time, you say, why am I existing? What's going on? Why is this happening? I can't believe it. You should be in shock. But you should not just say, oh, let me do something wrong to a person. Like, for instance, Earth is desolation. There's no blueprint or manuscript. You know what people decided to do? Charge money for it. I'm going to charge money for you to eat and starve. I'm going to charge money for you to be young in age. I'm going to charge money for you to work and pay and clean. I'm going to charge you money. Danger. Danger, danger. There's jails. There's criminals out here. You got to be careful. They got some people that's better than others. Adjective polarity, motherfucker. And what it is that because of desolation, everyone doesn't realize that they have a high sense of appreciation for anything that happens at their presence. For instance, even myself, despising the human race, would appreciate a phone call from someone because of the desolate experience of being here. But I'm no longer desolate. I used to be slightly desolate. I have a full purpose. My full purpose, unfortunately, is to think about the end of the human race for all of eternity. And trust me, even though it's a small purpose, I never tire of it. What I'm tired of is right now I have a pain in my arm from having worked a job and pushing a pump, and it hurts so bad I feel like I could die. I'm tired of pain. I'm not tired of thinking about the human race suffering for all of eternity for having caused the pain, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm not really in a desolate place. I'm in a dangerous place. I'm in the abomination of desolation. If I were in desolation, I would slightly be okay, but I'm not. I'm in the abomination. The abomination of desolation, which everyone else is in but me. People are in desolation. I'm in the abomination. The abomination is, bitch, if you don't work a job, you're going to be homeless, bitch. Bitch, you going to age bad because you don't take care of yourself. We desolate, bitch. There ain't nothing else to do out here, so I'm going to do a whole lot of wrong stuff to people. You need to stand at a public bus stop. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. If you don't wear that name tag, bitch, I'm going to write you up, bitch. There ain't nothing for us to do out here, so I'm going to do danger, bitch. I could do something else, and then I'm going to do things that look like I'm doing the right thing, and it's going to result to the same thing. Bitch, you ain't nobody. Bitch, you ain't got none. I'm better than you, bitch. Look at my titties. Look at my dog. Look at me. And so even when you see people doing things that look like it's right, it's still to get the same things done. Adjective polarity. Adjectives are danger. The abomination of life on planet Earth is adjectives. Even though they're very small, it's a big problem. Adjectives are look left and look right of something you're not supposed to be looking at all. Desolation. What is desolation? A need to eat and die. What is desolation? Pooing just to have to do it again. What is desolation? Dying to come back. What is desolation? Having an ear canal that no one could touch. What is desolation? Having nerves, but you don't know why. It might hurt. What is desolation? Animal kingdom with human beings. What is desolation? Someone else having your feelings in their hand and they have to respect you, but you still don't have the answer as to why. What is desolation? The sun in the sky, and it sets. Desolation is something that doesn't work the way it's supposed to, or something that is absolutely empty. It's easier to say your microwave broke, or for whatever purpose it was, it's now desolate to your house. If all your appliances shut down right now, you would be in desolation because you were only living in the house for the faucet, the appliances. You were living in it for a purpose. When things that have a reason don't function the way they should, it becomes desolation. Now, if things like that happen and Earth is actually the desolation of our universe, doesn't mean that we had to do danger. If right now everything shut down in your house, would you start running around and beating up your children and, murdering your husband and breaking holes in the wall? And then your excuse is the house was desolate. There was nothing else to do. And then the police are going to put you in a straitjacket and take you to an asylum. They're going to say, motherfucker, you could have called a repairman. You could have at least tried to make things work. You could have moved out. You could have stayed at a hotel. You didn't have to, all of a sudden start doing crazy stuff because the house became useless. That's what people are doing on Earth. People are acting like because it's desolate here and there's no blueprint that they can have time to make poor people, make rich people, make ugly people, make, pretty people, make smart people, make dumb people. It's like just because there's nothing to do for real, everybody's running around trying to do danger. And then they hide behind good words that are family, which also is part of abomination. See, adjective creation is abomination. And the reason y'all could do it is because the mind in the earth is empty. So people think, it appears desolate and you can do whatever you want. So people decide, I'm going to have some people on a public bus stop and I'm going to drive in a car and I'm going to say, you irresponsible, you po. You don't know how to save money. And I'm going to tell myself, I know how to do it. I'm like, just because there was nothing else to do, this is what you're going to do in your meantime? Okay, have it your way. But because of desolation, all the heavens and everyone on earth has a strong appreciation while people are that fucked up for any good that they can get out of it. So for instance, right now, a good conversation with a stereotypical Black woman feels like as if you're having an orgasm versus spending time with someone who's telling the truth, because the truth is the same desolation that you had victimized and escaped from. So for instance, desolation is the earth. People escaped it through adjectives. Because desolation is the background, they appreciate anything that they get out of the adjective escape, which is an abomination. But if someone were to remind them of the actual desolation, which is there's nothing to do here, you're stupid, I don't like you, you don't like me, they're like, you're crazy. Like something's wrong with you. Because they escaped it. They escaped desolation through adjectives. So now they want to spend time cannibalizing off of and feasting off of that adjective. So it's like this. A person that believes in life on planet Earth is a person that escaped desolation through adjectives. So then they want to go out and spend time with a stereotypical Black woman, a white woman. They want to be like, so let me ask you a question. You thought that dating him was going to, fix things? I mean, I'm not trying to get with you now, but I'm just saying I want you to heal from your relationship. It's like, no, it's not like that. I had started dating him way back when, before I even knew you. Like, I didn't even know you at the time. And then while they're talking about stuff like that, the reason why they have that conversation is because some people can't date because they're too ugly, too poor, too worthless. They're not worked out. And so they get to have a feeling off of desolation that was escaped through adjectives, which is danger, which means some people's life is being sacrificed while some people just sit in desolation. But then instead of using desolation to do what it's meant to do, they living in it. Like they living in desolation because they produce danger for somebody. It's like, it's dangerous out here. And then as soon as some people start suffering, it was like, let's live life. Let's ride a car. Let's take a vacay. Let's do this. This is nice, So a desolate experience became appreciated because some people started suffering in it. And so people started to like not suffering. And just not suffering became like a highlight of the day. Having what you need or whatever. I say this because if you thought that you really liked someone on planet Earth, you don't. You were desolate and you escaped it through adjectives, which require support, foundation, and observation. And that's why y'all appreciate. Because, I mean, all I'm saying is whoever you're spending time with, you're insulting them. This is a sorrowful, solemn situation. When you spend time by yourself, you're respecting yourself, mostly. Whenever you spend time with someone else, you're disrespecting them. All you're saying is, I'm in desolation, I need something to do. And you're my chosen ragdoll to do it with. You're my chosen cup of tea to just escape nothing. I was doing nothing. And so instead of doing nothing, why not just spend time with you instead? But the cost is high because in the background, though it wouldn't normally cost anything, are people's lives being sacrificed to adjective polarities, the abomination of desolation. The danger, because people wanted to have a moment of desolation that felt good. Instead of asking questions, they wanted to give answers. But anyways, I also say that a lot of people think that this pain that I feel in my arm from my job is being endured because I care so much for the human race that I would go through pains for them. No, you put plates in your bottom lips for me. You fought World War II for me. World War II turns into wet. When the two lines of the two become a T cross, when the W becomes an E, it gets wet. The consequence for adjectives that don't exist, wet floor, melt roof kind of shit, is World War II. Before I was even born, you fought that war. But I'm going to break everyone's right ankle when I pass away because you said that a wet floor was just wet because, what, you clean. You had to clean. We had to clean. And because we had to clean, floors get wet. So ankle turns into clean, K-L-E-A-N. So I have to break everyone's right ankle because clean is important. And in order to clean the universe, I have to get rid of people that thought wet was a real adjective. There's no such thing as wet. That's called slippery and danger. And it should not be in Webster's dictionary. Of course, it's a small word and people don't think much of it. What I'm saying is, you cannot tell me to use my brain incorrectly. Like I cannot take money out of your bank account if I didn't earn it, right? Well, you don't tell me what to do with my brain because I'm the one who pays the price all the time for what happens there. You asked my permission. And I don't feel pain for the human race. I feel pain because of the design of the universe. But you all actually did everything you did on this planet so I could understand this thoroughly and properly, though I didn't need to. And then afterwards, y'all are going to burn in hell for all of eternity. Because telling someone to understand that a wet floor sign is incorrect doesn't have a good reward after you've done it.